And we're live. Good morning, everybody. Here we are in Bellevue. We've got people on the call from all over the place. We got Shane, we got Daniel, we got two Daniels today. We got Vivek, he's here too, and me and Brian. And I'm on the same computer with Brian because I'm having a big computer problem this morning. So you know how that goes, right? Something special happening, computer problem, right? And so sorry about that. But I have all this kind of fun stuff in my office. I came in this morning and my office is filled with boxes.
Audrey needed help.
Yes, and I needed help this morning so badly. I'm not used to asking for it, but I did this morning. And so there's a bunch of stuff in here. Wait, let me show you one thing. Look. Somebody's getting an Xbox. Somebody got an Xbox. Hey, wait.
I should have came into the office this morning.
Somebody's getting an Odyssey. Anybody know what an Odyssey is? Oh, these geeks on the phone here. So I showed off me playing Beat Saber on my channel. You can see me playing this it's a virtual reality headset that enables you to play virtual reality games with Microsoft Mixed Reality. So it's really cool. I've also got these really soft pillows. They're gorgeous. They're just so soft. And then we've got hats that say Microsoft and stuff falling on the floor. We have so much stuff. All of it's not even here. Now, some of you know about inclusivity at Microsoft. You know that I'm crazy about inclusivity. Only Microsoft employees get these t-shirts that are designed for developer-centric people who are inclusive. I'm giving out a few of these today, even though you're going to be really unique. Only Microsoft employees get these. Okay, so let me tell you about what we're going to do today. We're going to recognize. We're going to represent. We have the most amazing audience. Now, I'm going to try and look at the other YouTube page to see who's on chat with us. Let me take a peek to see who's on chat. And we're going to try and watch the chat from the second computer.
Hey, it looks like...
wait, who's that just joined? Who is that?
Paul and Ashley Comsey.
Oh, click on their thing.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good super morning. What time is it over there? Like 4 in the morning?
It is 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, this is dedication. This is dedication. 3 in the morning. You can't get me out of bed at 3 in the morning to talk about Power Apps. There's no way.
I don't believe
but, how y'all doing? Is that Ashley?
Hello.
Hi, Ashley. Oh, it's so nice to see you. You just don't know. You're a superstar over here at Microsoft. Everybody talks about you. Seriously. Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but you are a superstar. We all want your autograph.
And poor old dad who's been at it for like 10, 15 years in the industry gets nothing.
Nobody likes her dad. Her dad is no one likes her dad. Let's be clear.
Yeah, what was the dad's name? Simon, James? Oh, Paul. That's right.
Yeah, I should have worn the Ashley's Dad t-shirt.
Thank you. I thought I did it here. I guess I didn't. Go ahead.
That one's delayed.
Yeah, it is 3 seconds, I think. Okay. So everybody still seeing me? Are we back? Okay. So let's tell you what's going to happen today. I don't see anybody, few people on chat.
Oh,
I see
it's Anton.
Anton's on chat.
Yep.
We can bring Anton in. Maybe I might. Oh, look at
Antoinette.
all these people.
Hey.
Antoinette, Rose is here. Yay. So we got people from the user group that have come. We got John. Oh, the man from Flow is here. You know, it's rocking when John's around, right? Because John only goes to the best parties. That's it. So it's good to have John here. Oh my goodness, look at from all over the place. Guys, so here's the thing. We decided we're going to do recognition. We're going to pass out some awards today. If I could give each and every one of you a Tesla, you most definitely would, right? I would copy Shane's life and pass out pictures. If you give each and every one of you a test or
Sue's causing feedback.
if you give each and every one of you
Their speaker on.
Shane, did you say something, or are you hearing an echo too?
Yeah, it was Sue. She got herself. She muted.
All right,
Oh, okay. It was Sue. Okay. Thank
Hi,
you.
Sue.
You guys, you might want. Good morning, Shane. There's Shane. Look, here's Rob from the community. Those of you that haven't met Rob, this is Rob. This is the man in the community at PowerApps. Here is Sue. Sue was just here a minute ago muting herself, but Sue is coming in all the way from, where are you, Sue? Unmute to say where you are. Here is Sue. Sue was just here a minute ago muting herself, but
Mute her computer.
Yeah. Where are you?
Bedford, New Hampshire.
Right. So Sue is in Bedford. You can mute now, Sue. Okay, so Sue is in Bedford, and I think what it is all of you who are part of this event can't be watching YouTube at the same time. It's kind of like you have to kind of watch here or YouTube. If you want to watch YouTube as well as being in here, this room with us, just mute your computer that has the YouTube, or mute the video on YouTube. Otherwise, you're going to hear it because we're about 3 seconds behind. So we have these awards. Let me tell you about them. First, there is the Community Mentor Award. And as you can see in the description, this is a big one for me, right? This is the persons or people that have been the most helpful in the community. When we think about community mentors, we think about people, thank you so much. We think about people who are out there on the forums helping people get their problems answered. They're contributing content, whether it's blogs or videos or anything like that. And, you know, we had a lot of data to do. So Rob was a big player in sure that, you know, we could tell who bubbles up to the top in the area of community mentorship. And it was so difficult. We had to finally agree to have 3 winners. So we'll have a first place winner, a second place winner, and a third place winner. Unfortunately, I don't think our first place winner could be here today. If you're here.
No, Eric's here. Dr. Eric is here.
He is, okay.
He is in the room.
Rob, why don't you announce the first place winner? Go ahead.
Yes, I'm more than happy to. First place winner goes to Dr. Eric Rippins. He was a fantastic and big part of the community this last year, and he's, you know, I go into the community and all I see is top kudos to Eric. I see messages in my inbox. It was just amazing. And Eric, I just want to thank you and congratulations on being #1 this year.
Yes. Yes, congratulations. I mean, when I went through the data, yay, everybody shout out for Dr. Rippins, right?
Dr. Rippins.
I love it. He is Eric RYPA?
INS.
INS.
Yeah.
So if you want to look for him on the community, that's his alias. You can hit him up on the community. He has gotten so many kudos. Like, people are kudoing him so often. He's like at the top of our leaderboards. And then he's also been given all these solutions. And so I don't know if all of you on this chat know about the community, but when you give an answer that makes the person happy, they click solution, not just kudo. And now it becomes available for everybody who has that problem. And so it lasts forever. So people who get solutions are really big for us because solutions scale. They scale beyond that first question. And so here's what you win. So I'm so happy to give this to you as a first place winner here. And it'll be sent out to you. You just, we'll reach out to you so I can get addresses, and it will be mailed out tomorrow from our office post here on the Commons at Microsoft. And so I'm hoping it'll get there as quickly as it can. Okay. So second place. So second and third place, I don't want to underestimate them in any way. Although they may not have run to the top of the forum boards and the solutions and kudos, they definitely ran to the top of the content that was very valuable. And so we decided to give second in place for these. Now they will get all three of you will get a custom T-shirt that labels you community mentor. That you are the only people in the world that will have that Power App T-shirt that says community mentor. And you will also get a gold swag kit. So the gold swag kits are really cool because they have a Bluetooth speaker. They have these really cool, I think I can show you one. They have these really cool USB drives that look like little Xbox controls. I love this thing.
Oh, that's cute.
It's adorable. It looks like a little Xbox control. There we go, a little Xbox control. And then it opens up, it's a USB.
No.
So that's part of the gold swag too. And you'll also get a cinch bag and a blanket. So if you're, whether you are, but only the first place gets the Xbox, but the others get the gold swag as well. It also has a really cool business card looking thing that's also a USB with the Power Apps logo branding on it. So it's all special stuff that's just for you. Second place, I love you to death. A lot of people know you as Shane Cows.
Shane's Cows, yeah.
Shane's Cows. I know you as Shane Young, and I've known you forever from Sharepoint 911. So you go way back. You go way back, and I have to thank you so much for your contributions. People write in and talk about you all the time. Your videos have been such a highlight in our community. I also want to especially thank you for always making sure that your videos are in the community, not just on YouTube. It really helps people find them and discover them. And I want to do more this year, Shane, to help amplify your content because your content is stellar. Stellar.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you guys. You're making me all blushy over here. You know, it's I'm not used to all this attention and being in a camera. It's all so scary and awkward.
Oh, and I thought Shane's head could not get any bigger, but it actually did. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully in the gift bag there's an extra large headset here because this extra large just isn't going to fit anymore. But no, I appreciate it. And I think, you know, one of the things we should make sure we talk about, right, is the support that we get from you guys, right? So Audrey and Brian and John, who's hiding out here somewhere, right? You guys, you enable us, right? So people know about the community stuff that you do that's forward facing, but I think they underestimate or don't really appreciate how much time you guys spend helping people like me make the content, right? When I have these really nerdy questions that I want to go make it look simple, right? You guys are the ones that tell me, hey, here's how you solve this really hard thing so I can do the content. So you guys are an enabler of us. So I just want to make sure you guys get your kudos as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Shane. And you know,
all around.
Yes, to that point, before we close today, I'm going to run around the room. There'll probably be a few other people joining the chat as well, but I want to run around and make sure everybody can say who has been inspirational to them. Like, not that we didn't mention today, because I couldn't get all the people in there because there's so many people. All right. So Shane's second place for community mentor. All right. And third place for community mentor is our dear friend Tim Lung. See, Audrey can't pronounce names. Forgive me. His alias is Tim L on the community. Another super duper blogger.
Yeah,
forum.
and you guys might know him as the one who wrote the book on Power Apps.
Oh, that's right. He wrote the first book.
Wrote the book on Power Apps.
Yes, I love that. He wrote the book. We can keep that.
Yeah, he's over in the UK time zone right now.
Yes, but we'll make sure he gets his gold swag and his cinch bag and whatever else I can dig up for him. So those are our three community mentors.
One thing I will add about Tim is he's not just somebody who loves to answer questions on the forum, but he's got this very positive attitude where he also encourages others, like when they respond to something. He says, you know, it's a really good idea, or I like the way that you did this in this kind of way. Yes. This way is efficient. So he's a positive force on the forums. Yes,
and we're crazy about that. Anyone who's enabling and that tells other people they can do it, we love it. We love it. We love it, right? Because that's what it's all about. That's what makes the Power Apps and Flow community so special. And I've had these come into email to me hundreds of times. Power Apps and Flow teams, hands-on, cares about people. The community is strong. Everybody in the community cares. You know, they really care. It's not like I'm just answering your question. I want to make sure you pick the right thing to do. You know, so I might ask you a few extra questions, but I love that about our community. And so the community mentorship awards, I think, are really near and dear to Brian and I's heart, as well as Carlos. You all know Carlos. He's the only engineer that I know that has ever gotten an award for community service. And yes, he has gotten great feedback internally, and a gift from us and everything, because Carlos is amazing. And so these are people who are looking at you every day. You know, you might not know you're being watched. You might feel a little bit stalked now. I don't know. But we are looking, and we're grateful, even if we don't always say it every day. So that's the community mentor role. Community mentors are also people that make disciples. So it's kind of like, it's that person who knows how to do things, but then they make disciples who know how to do things and that help others, you know. So love that about you, mentors. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to the next category, which is social innovation. What is social innovation about? Well, I kind of put all these in the description so you guys could look at them. But social innovations is two pieces, right? It is just like forum and community and content galleries. That was two pieces. This is two pieces too. Piece number one is being innovative, right? How many people out there are actually bringing out a problem in social media, or bringing out a solution in social media that no one's thought of before? It's like, oh, yeah, you know, I never thought of that before. But not only are they like bringing up these new ideas, and they're bringing up new mechanisms of doing things, but they're also helping others to do it. So, because I could have a great idea and show it to you, that's nice. But what kicks it up a notch, if I have a great idea and I help you guys explore how it could work in your world, right? And so there are certain people in social that have been building mini communities of people who are helping people. And I've been watching this, and I've been pretty surprised at what I've been seeing. And it's so amazing to me, because it's like you guys just pick it up and run, right? It's not like you need us in any way. And, you know, we're behind you, like kind of like a wind beneath your wings, so to speak. We keep the product working, but you guys come up with some amazing ideas. And every time you give me a new idea, I'm like thrilled, right? So this is a focus on innovation, but secondary focus on helping others to help others. And so for first place on this one, we've given this one to both Paul and Ashley. And the reason is because you guys have been doing things that literally knock me out of my socks. Like, I might be, you know, don't laugh at me, but I'm sometimes reading my iPad in bed, and I'm reading what social media is doing in the middle of the night. I know it's sad, I need a life. But you knock me off my bed. I'm like, I fall out. I go, oh my God. And then sometimes what you guys do, I will go to my computer in the middle of the night. Oh, I got to try that. Or I got to go do that, you know. And thank you. And you have such mathematical minds. Ashley and Paul, I just want to know, how do you get these ideas? Like, what inspires you?
They stay up at 3 in the morning.
I'd like to call out firstly, before I say thanks, is I don't have a mathematical mind whatsoever. Ashley has publicly humiliated me on one of the videos to prove that point. So maybe it's a combination. She's the mathematical genius. I think we both have odd kind of crazy ideas for various things, but it's just really a case of what worked for Ashley might work for other young people. So let's try different things, different events, and see where we can take it, really. But I don't know, do you want to say anything first? Pretty much. Yeah. But you know, thank you so much. I really, both of us really appreciate that. We're absolutely stoked for your vote of confidence in us, I guess.
My goodness. Yes.
You might not be able to hear it, but people are applauding.
Yes, they're all applauding. It's just that we're muted and we can't applaud out loud. They're applauding on chat. You guys on chat, if you want to say, you know, what you most appreciated about these winners, feel free to chat it. By the way, I do have raffles for people on chat. So participation in chat signs you up for the raffle, by the way. Okay, so this is awesome. Let me show you what you won. And I did it for both of you because I figured you need some playtime. You really do need some playtime. There we go. The Odyssey is going to Paul and Ashley. So this is a great family activity, right? So, okay, here's the deal though, right? I'm going to bring this to the Microsoft post office tomorrow. I cannot promise you when it's going to get there. So I don't know. In a way, if you guys would prefer, I can have it sent via Amazon if that would be faster. You just have to send me the email address and I can have it sent through your address. So I can have it sent through Amazon as well. So whatever you think will be faster, this is not about competition. This is about getting people their rewards, right? Anyway, we can get it to you.
We actually rampant online buyer of goods and services, so she probably knows better than me. Okay,
so Ashley, let's touch base later about that. Okay, congratulations, guys.
Yeah, and can I just echo what Shane said as well? He was absolutely spot on when he said just the support we get from you guys. Call out yourself and Brian in particular, and John's another one who just in the flow side of things do so much to kind of activate what we do. And so we absolutely really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. This is our playtime, right? We actually are the luckiest people in the world because we play at work every day. Okay, so that was first place, but again, we had arguments about this too because there's a lot of social innovation going on. There's a lot of social collaboration going on. So we have two more winners. We have, for second place, we have
Vivek Bavishi.
Yes, Vivek, you are awesome. Some of your apps and videos blew me away as well. You're awesome. You have a great creative sense, a good sense of app design. I just love your stuff.
Yeah, you made the movie. Database app. You made a smart home flow.
Yeah.
Who does that? Who does that? You're doing these advanced scenarios in PowerApps and Flow that would normally not be done, and that's what makes you an innovator. You're making the solutions that could not be that help us think of that give us curiosity about what's possible.
Yes, and everybody on the chat, you don't know this, but Vivek is also a champion, all right? So we have people who are selected as champions, just to explain what a champion is, and we'll go back and look at him. But a champion is a person within their company, so they're in a big enterprise, usually, and they're driving adoption inside their company. So we actually can pick up what we call the influence level of a person. So as they're sharing apps and making apps, we pick it up through our technology, and they're invited into the Champions program as a result of their amazing contributions inside their company. So Vivek is one of those people, and he started out sharing his knowledge and his demonstrations with the Champion community, which happens in a private Yammer network under the covers. You guys don't get to see those. But then we said, let's spread this guy out a little further. Let's get him included in the world. And he hit Twitter. He hit it hard, too. People started following you on Twitter. I mean, I'm always amazed because, Vivek, you need to give me lessons. I am not a social media junkie, right? I'm learning every day from Brian, from John. But you need to give me lessons because it's amazing how the social community loves you.
Definitely. I mean, it's like a Twitter bubble that we have of PowerApps and like Flow people. Like we only talk PowerApps and Flow, and you won't see anything else on my Twitter handle. It's just that, and it's like a lot of people doing the same thing.
One of the things that Vivek that I think of you is you once said the reason why you help people is because they have helped you in the past, and you feel this sense of wanting to give. That rings true for all of us in this community. Instead of sitting on this mountain of knowledge, we have been helped so much that we want to help others. I love that.
Definitely. I mean, I still recall like the first blog post that I read on the community was of Paul's. I can't remember which one, but that was the first blog post that I read, and it helped me in solving some of the things that I was facing. And then I started posting questions and I started getting answers, and then I started giving answers to other people. It's just rewarding. So yeah, involving in the community is just it's kind of an addiction that it's hard to get rid of. Once you get it, you just follow the community. Yeah. And
Yes.
just a note, I think the second place is today for the Cincinnati people, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
From Cincinnati.
Folks in Ohio.
Cincinnati user group. Yeah.
They just don't like the Midwest civic. That's what I think I'm seeing here. But no, so I just want to kind of add on to that story because I have a microphone, so I'm gonna start talking. But so one of the things I found out really recently that was neat was, so, you know, I do a whole bunch of Power Apps, super nerdy there, but Flow, I'm kind of weak, right? If we're being honest, I'm not the greatest at Flow. And so I was getting some help from some people. And so one of them was Serge Luca, right? So he's a SharePoint guy who became a Flow guy.
Yep.
And, you know, and I was like being super like, man, I hate asking all these dumb questions. I'm so sorry, you know, but thank you for helping me. When it turned out that I had helped him like 10 years ago in SharePoint, right? And so by providing help in the community 10 years ago, it was still paying off for me, you know, all of these years later on a completely different technology, right? So those of you that think, you know, giving away the answers in the community or, you know, participating there is not a good idea, man, it pays off now with, you know, Xboxes and Odysseys, apparently. It pays off, you know, in the middle, and it pays off 10 years down the road when, you know, someone says, hey, you helped me way back then. I'm more than happy to help you now. So the community, it's so great, and it's a long-term thing. It's not just you know, get some accolades right now type of thing.
No, I totally agree with you, Shane. It's an amazing community.
That just tells us that Shane is old, really old.
Oh. So tell me, Vivek, what was your favorite app that you made so far?
Favorite app?
Yeah.
That's fun. I think the first time I kind of started using sending data back from Flow to PowerApps, I think that was the movie recommender app.
Yes.
That was really awesome because, I mean, that was the first point when I was getting something back in Flow, back from Flow into PowerApps. And once that was launched, I remember when I posted some video or something about it, somebody commented that like even the PowerApps, like somebody from Microsoft hadn't posted anything yet, but I had put a video out for that. So yeah, that was really special. I think that's something that really stuck onto me, and I became that API guy.
I love it. We need more API guys along. Paul too. Paul's another one that does some very amazing stuff with not afraid to play with the APIs, right?
Yeah.
Takes a little getting used to, but once you get into it, it's fun.
Meddle with forces that I can't control nor should necessarily be meddling with. That's my view of APIs, but it's always fun.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree.
You got this.
Yes. All right. So let's do the next one. I was hoping that April would join us while we were waiting.
She's on a
He's on a cruise.
Oh, April's on a cruise. So I guess it's hard for her to join.
That's right.
Okay, life is so amazing. I tell you, I got to get a life. All right. April is our third place winner for social innovation. What I particularly want to call out for April, like all of you, but I think this is something I think about with April, is her, what do you call this, bi-platformness? What do you call it?
She's the triple threat.
Triple threat!
That's what it is.
She knows it all, right? She knows PowerApps, she knows Flow, she plays around SharePoint. Yeah. She just, you know, and you know what? I have to be selfish here a little bit. She's also you know? There's not a lot of she's going on right now. And so as many she's as we can get on, Ashley, April, let's get them all on board, right? If I could bring them all into Microsoft, I would. Be great. So April's our third place winner. Guys, please, I know she's on a cruise, but try and hit her on social media, congratulate her. You probably agree with me, she's amazing. I forget to call her out.
Yeah, I will add that April is always timely with the things that she shares out there, whether it's Christmas coming up. She's got this new blog post or this new app that she wants to share with you.
Yeah.
So she's always timely with the things that she shares.
Yes, and she gives everybody love. You know, PowerApps Flow, whatever she has. She's not so particular about what she uses. She uses it all. I like that. Okay, so that's our social innovation. That does not mean there are not a ton of people out there doing amazing things in social. We have a lot of honorable mentions like Keith. We have honorable mentions for both Danielle and Shane, who are doing a lot also on social media. And, you know, I must say that, you know, being that some of our superstars here do have businesses, you know, involved in what they do, you can see the real passion is around, you know, helping others, and it's not about money. You know, I really love that when I see that, you know, people trying to help and really being concerned about growing this awesome, I guess, solution for the world, you know, because I don't care where you work, work can get better if you're using these products.
A universal tool.
I think it is, really do. I think I like that better than Power Platform, but we'll stick with Power Platform because they told us to, right? Okay, so Anton showed up. Here's Anton. Thank you for coming, Anton. Antoinette may be coming as well. We're going to move into some of our special awards. First being Exceptional Advocacy. Exceptional Advocacy is not about technical skills. This is not about how many apps you build. It's not about how many forum posts you answer. It's not about how well you know PowerApps or Flow. It's about your genuine passion for helping others, for pointing people in the right place. Exceptional advocates are resourceful. So when they don't know things, they'll reach out to the product team, or they'll reach out to someone that they know is really good at that. You know, they're resourceful, they're passionate, and they're people. They're empathetic as to what other people are doing and what they might need. So we chose two for that. Brian, you want to do one and I'll do one?
Sure, I could start with the first name here. We got two names.
Yeah.
The first name would be Keith Watling. So when I think of Keith, he's not on the call right now, but he is somebody who can step into an Uber and somehow get into a conversation about PowerApps.
Yes, yes.
You know that talk, the talk that you have.
Yes, it's like that elevator pitch, but everywhere, you know.
Yeah, and what I love about Keith's outlook about PowerApps is he believes that it's a tool that that brings digital inclusion into the workplace, so that somebody who an app, I hope to do justice to his words, but he says that an app for a cleaner should be as good as the app for the CEO of the company.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
That is so true. So I love what he's written about digital inclusion. Exceptional advocate. And if you want to go over the second,
I think Keith is online.
Oh, he's on.
Isn't he PowerAppster?
Yes, he is PowerAppster.
PowerAppster is online, so he must have didn't get the link. So that's all right. We can get him a link. Okay. So maybe he can join us in a few minutes. I love that name, PowerAppster. PowerAppster. Let me try and send him a thing.
I could try to send it as well.
So we can keep going. But I have a person too, and this isn't a first or second place. We picked them both equally. I picked Anton Robbins. He just joined. Oh, hey, kid. Keith.
That's right. We're all connected.
All right, we're all here. Thank you, Keith. This is awesome, Keith. We got to come right back to you because I just gave away the second person, but we'll come back to you. So Anton Robbins is also picked. So Anton started a Twitter channel this year. Like he didn't have one. Cafe. He didn't have it before. He started a new one, PowerApps Cafe. Then he got involved with him and Keith kind of teamed up with some other people for the Power Attic. Pretty awesome situation. A lot of you participated in that. But what I love about Anton is he loves the product. You could tell.
Yeah, he loves the product, and he's always willing to help. Like over at Ignite, Microsoft Business Application Summit, Anton was always there lending a hand he loves to engage with everybody else in the Champions community, the PowerApps community.
Yep. He even took the time, because we have a new problem. You guys probably don't know about our new problem in the community. We have so much content, people are complaining they can't find stuff because there's too much.
Yeah.
So Anton said, let me help, Audrey. I want to help. And he made a spreadsheet that kind of classifies all the apps. And I won't tell his secret because then you might tell somebody else. But he's working on even a better solution for that, right? So he wants to help you find things. And this is something he's volunteered to help out with. Just because I mentioned we're having the problem, he said, I want to help. And every time I say to Anton, I have a problem, he says, I want to help. So I haven't told him about my financial issues. No. No, I'm only kidding. But I'm really happy that Anton is out there every day, inspiring people, motivating people. Yeah, so let's look at Anton in case he wants to say something.
Looks like you're about to say something.
Wow, thank you so much. You guys help us so much, and so I want to be able to kind of help take some of the weight off your shoulders, because while I was at MBS and at Ignite, I was walking with Audrey just to kind of go get lunch, and we couldn't get lunch because everybody wanted to talk to her. And so I think about where, you know, that's just a percentage of the people who really love what she does and love what Brian does. And so I just want to be able to help, and kind of like this, to echo what Vivek said, you know, it's kind of like a pay it forward, because I remember when I first started with PowerApps, I just knew how to spell it. I didn't know how to put the A, was it a capital or a small A? But I've had my Mount Rushmore, as I call you guys, is Brian, Audrey, Daniel, and Shane have been there to support me. Even you know, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't figure anything out, I would go and check you guys' videos out. So I thank you. So I just try to pay it forward. So I'm honored. Thank you so much.
Now, where's Keith? Is Keith here too?
Yep, Keith is the fourth one.
Good morning, Keith. Thank you for joining on the time zone issues.
Good evening.
Good evening, Keith.
It's bedtime. I've got 3 kids that are supposed to be in bed, and a wife who's found out about vertical cleaning the Japanese way. So I'm going to be building that for that soon, I think, as well. There you go.
Thank you, Keith. We're so glad you could make it. I really wanted to see your face and tell you thank you. And, you know, and I know we don't call this out enough. We really don't. And I hope none of you are wondering, I wonder why Audrey never says anything. It's just because it's...
We never wonder why Audrey never says anything. It's not like you don't, you know, say anything, Audrey. I mean, you seem to be lost for words a lot of the time. It's, it's difficult.
Yeah. Yes. Look at Shane saying I talk too much. Look at Shane. I saw that, Shane. Shane's doing a little hand portrait of me talking too much. But that's only when I'm on video, Shane. Then I get quiet when I'm not on video.
What drives me nuts about Audrey is, right, I've never ever forgotten walking into a lamppost because of Audrey Gordon. And there's not many women I've walked into a lamppost because of, but Audrey's one of them. Walking home in the pitch black, you know, watching this. As soon as the clocks went back in the UK, I'm watching Friday functions on my phone, walking along the street. 'Cause it's at 5 o'clock as I'm getting off the tube, and splash straight into this flipping lamppost. Yeah, all because of you.
Oh my God, this is you guys are so validating to us, I guess. Makes us feel good. Again, we do this because we love it. We have fun. You know, it's really not work for us. Would you agree, Brian?
Not at all.
It's not work. This is all playtime. We probably shouldn't. Please don't share this video with our managers, because it's really hard with our managers, right? So we get promotions and stuff. But with you guys, this is fun. We're just playing around. We're just playing
in there and do Brian a favor.
Yes.
Real quick, because probably people don't know this story. I got hit by this one day, and it was actually it was a PowerApps thing. Brian, you were sick that day, and you weren't even at work. And it was about maybe 11:30 p.m. your time, and you're finding all the right people and answering questions for me and doing all these various bits and pieces on your sick bed in the middle of the night to basically get up and running again.
Yeah.
So So that's the so you can take that clip and you can soundbite it and you can use that for your next promotion.
Paul, I couldn't agree with you more. I actually can see when he's online, and he's never offline. Okay.
I need to put that busy note.
No, you don't. You're always green, and this is what we love most about Brian. He's always green, and I mean that from a Skype perspective.
Probably working on PowerApps helps him recover faster.
And again, I wonder where he gets the energy, because when you get my age, I'm over 20. I'll put it that way.
I don't know why I still look like this.
Yes, you look good. You don't look tired. Thank you, Brian. So those are our 2 exceptional advocacy awards for Keith and Anton. You guys will be getting silver swag. You'll also be getting special t-shirts as well. So one-of-a-kind t-shirts that nobody else in the world, even us, don't have, designed by yours truly, Artsy Power Apper. You'll get those t-shirts as soon as I mail them out to you, and your silver swag. And silver swag is a lot of fun. Next, we're going to go into, I notice I'm getting low on time here. We're going to go into the PowerApps User Group Leadership Awards. Now, this was a hard one. You know why? Because I think after I decided to do this, I always jump in the water first and think later, right? But after I decided to do this, I didn't realize that we have like geographical things when it comes to the user group. Because they're all over the world, this probably needs to be an award winner in each region, which we didn't do this time, but I plan to do this again. This is not the last time I do this. So we have 3 PowerApps User Group Leader Awards. I'm going to let Sue give the first one, and then Brian and I will give the other 2. But we definitely didn't cover all the regions. So if you're on the chat and you're like wondering, hey, what about me? Don't worry, I got you. It just won't happen today, but it will happen, okay?
Yeah, Sue?
Sue, do you want to talk to who you nominated for our PowerApps User Group Leadership Award?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you wonderfully.
Okay. All right. So this is a little ad hoc. Hopefully I'm not blowing anything because I didn't. Okay, we nominated Daniel Askowitz.
Yes!
So Daniel, thank you so very much for all that you do for the PowerApps and Flow User Group. Amazing. Lots of innovative meetings, sharing content, sharing that knowledge. It's just absolutely wonderful, and we have so many great leaders. But Daniel, thank you so much for the growth that you've shown in your group and getting everybody excited. And I should say Daniel's with the Dutch PowerApps and Flow User Group.
Yes, that's what I was trying to remember. The Dutch PowerApps.
Yep.
And where is the Dutch PowerApps and User Group, if I can ask, even though that's kind of obvious?
The Netherlands, yeah.
Hi, Daniel. We're so happy to do this award. You've been out
thanks
there
so much.
up a storm. You just user grouping up a storm over there.
Yeah.
I was so amazed. Sue was kind of catching me up to what's happening over there in Holland, Netherlands. And I was like, wow, how did I miss all that? So my apologies for not reaching out to you sooner, but I wanted to make sure you got an award today because your user group results have been exceptional.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
And yeah. What's been your favorite part of being a user group leader?
Well, when we started, we were trying to do a user group meeting every quarter. But after the first one, we got so much attention that we wanted to accelerate on that. So we wanted to do some more. And now we are kind of looking into doing a monthly meetup. So yeah, I'm really excited by all the good results and all the people that are coming to our user groups, and that's a lot of fun. And yeah, this month is the FURF already, so that's going really fast.
Really? Oh my goodness, that's exciting! That's exciting. You have to reach out to me and let me know what I can do to help as well. You know, just anything you need, just I want to support your group. You never know, you might split one day if you get really big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You play guitar?
Yeah, I do.
Here's me being nosy. So I play guitar too. So I noticed the guitar right away. You play what kind of music do you play, Daniel?
Spanish. So
Spanish?
yeah, classical guitar. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So we got to hook up. We can play, okay?
Yeah.
So glad to have you here, and thank you so much for all that you've been doing. It's phenomenal to see those kind of results in such a short period of time. Like, how long has the group been? How long?
September, October we started. So yeah, it's been really fast.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I really want to thank the people at Dynamic Community.
Yes.
Yeah, Rose and Sue. I really like them, and they are so supportive in every way. And yeah, it's really great that they started so many user groups already. It's amazing. Thank you.
They're just doing amazing work over there. I guess we should take a minute and thank Rose and Sue as well. So Rose and Sue, we're going to give you an award for being great PowerApps user group facilitators. You guys have been awesome. And again, we've known you for a very short time, but what you've been able to do in that short amount of time is truly flabbergasting. It's just phenomenal. You know, thank you for your hard work. I think we got like 20 user groups in 1 year, or 27, something like that.
I have to check them out. But I had a great time at the Power Summit.
Yes.
Looking forward to
Thank you.
The next one.
Yes. The next summit is in,
I believe that's the Amsterdam one.
Amsterdam, and Brian will be there. Sue, are you going to Amsterdam too?
No, I won't actually be in Amsterdam, but Rose will, as will my colleague Jenna Coffey.
Awesome. Okay,
so we'll Houston focus. So got some overlapping happening, or back to back.
I don't know how you guys can manage these worldwide tours. So
and this year they're running. You guys are running around the world now.
Yes.
Power Platform.
Yes.
Yep. Power Platform World Tour, and then we're also heading to Summit Australia as well. So I'll be heading down under as well, which will be great.
So if any of you guys are interested in the world tour for the Power Platform, just go to any one of our communities. So community.powerapps.com or community.pro.com, and you will see on our sites, in our carousels, the link to the user group where you can sign up and learn more about the user group. So check it out, because they're doing some amazing things. What I love most about the user group, just if I can throw in my 2 cents, Shane, don't start making your hand gestures again here. But what I love about the user group is that when you get into the site where you use the tool that you use, you're surrounded by people of like interest, right? So like if I were to just sign up in some paid service that's public, they might be next to a meetup that's kayaking. But these people come into an environment where the meetups around them are related to what they do. So it's a great networking tool. I've met a lot of great people through the user group. So awesome. Thank you, Sue. And again, thank you, Daniel. Now we're going to talk about the US. For the United States, we have also nominated a user group lead, and that is another, and it's not like there wasn't like a thing where you went and you bought the first name Daniel so you could win this award. But another Daniel, our beloved Daniel Christian, won US User Group Award for leadership. Daniel, you're awesome.
Thank you. Well, hold on, I got a whole 30-minute monologue on this one. I'd like to take the opportunity for the PowerApps to help me step on Shane. Oh, wait a minute, that was not supposed to be.
Talk about overrated. I mean, right, that whole underrated, overrated game, clearly.
These two just like to fight, right? Okay, Daniel. Yes. Let's keep several videos between those two. So Daniel, what has made you so successful with the user group? Because I remember like your first user groups. I think I went out to one of them and I was amazed at how much you had in attendance, like early on. What makes you so successful?
Well, our user group is primarily a SharePoint user group, but then PowerApps has just been so popular over there. And then my user group, it's called the Charlotte area SharePoint user group.
Yes.
Obviously in Charlotte, North Carolina, on the east coast of USA.
Yeah.
And the PowerApps by itself, and just as it's a personal story, when I first got into learning PowerApps, I was actually not sure if this will make the cut, because I was heavy InfoPad Designer user. I invested almost 10 years of my life learning spending my own time, spending my own money. And then when Microsoft decided to take away and said, oh, PowerApps is going to be the successor, I said, I got to dive in and actually see if this thing has made the cut. And that's actually one of my most popular topics is I do a one-to-one comparison with InfoPad Designer and PowerApps. And I tell people that I don't know what you think, but I'm convinced this thing can not only replace it, but take it to a whole different level. And that was the game changer for me. That's when and I just, it was my turn to pay the favor now. I mean, there's other people who've done fantastic job in blogging, and I've benefited from them. There's one guy named Todd Klan. There's another guy with him. I forget his name. I don't know what his name is. But
okay.
Laura Rogers, another one of them. I mean, turn is that you've got to pay it forward to the community by you've learned something, no matter how big or how small it is. If you learn something, share it with that community because they will benefit so much from it. And what took you so much time just to figure it out and play with it is going to save that other person hours and hours of time. It's just, keep paying it forward over there.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
PowerApps addict. So what are you going to do with it?
Well, we have some really nice things for you because you have been such a leader when it comes to user groups and getting people engaged. I've seen you even at Microsoft. Like he even has a following at Microsoft in his area of people who like talk to Daniel about PowerApps and stuff. And so really, really special kind of a leader. Thank you for being that, Daniel. It takes a special person to be a user group leader in the sense that everyone can do it. But being a user group leader really means, reaching all different kinds of people, being able to set up topics that address many different audiences. So even though he had a SharePoint user group, he was able to leverage that for PowerApps, Flow, and a little bit of Power BI, if I remember. So, I mean, he has this ability to connect people to solutions that resolve their problems as opposed to being highly product focused, and so it maximizes the whole Microsoft stack. Really love that about you, Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so those are our, we have a UK winner.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I could chat about this one.
Okay, you want to talk about him a little bit?
I think of putting on a user group is not something that just one person does.
No.
An entire team of individuals puts in the time and effort to lead a successful group. And this next one, I wanted to recognize Keith Watling for a second time. But really, the entire team of individuals over in the UK user group. So Penny Coventry. Keith, if you could share the other names of individuals who are leading the PowerApps and Flow user group there.
We lost your voice.
We got 6 people. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. We've got our first user group had I think it was about 85 people signed up for it. Very first inaugural one. We've got one on Thursday in Nottingham, which is kind of not the UK's biggest city. It's it's in the middle of it somewhere. It's not really, but there's nearly 30 signed up for that, and hopefully more. And it's early in the year as well. People are still on holiday. So yeah, it's just kind of exploded at a rate of knots, and we've managed to get Samir over, and you were there, Brian. You were there for our first one. Your face froze.
Kind of way.
And you were kind of talking like it was.
I stepped in.
It was brilliant.
That was kind of cool.
Epic. But yeah, it was very, very good. So the whole team, Darius and Anthony, everybody, like the amount of work that these guys put in, and especially Penny, like I'm here talking, but Penny should be taking this award because she's done so much work. I mean, like you don't realize, kind of you see that MVP badge, but by God, the amount of work that they put in behind the scenes and all the stuff they know. It's like I just put the flag in the ground because I'd seen everyone around the world sticking flags in, going, "This is my user group." And I was like, "Well, the UK's damn well having one of these." And the next, but I didn't know what to do. So yeah, it's just really amazing that everybody's helped so much, especially Sue and Rose and everybody in the community as well, because they just kind of got this whole package that sort of they parachute in and you know, they land and it kind of all just sort of magically happens. And yeah, it was a bit mental.
Yeah. So there's a lot to learn from successful user groups like the UK.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a daunting task. It's like the thing that the hardest thing I did last year was probably the user group thing by a long shot. Because you just haven't got the first idea what you're doing. So yeah, that was epic.
And just FYI, guys, just like Vivek, Keith is also a champion. So understand that the champions have a focus within their companies as well. So on top of what they're doing in their user groups and their companies, they're doing these other things for all of you. And so when I look at that, I'm like really kind of very impressed at their ability to manage time the way they do. Because they are proven experts on the enterprise side, but they're also experts on the outside. So someone joined us, and
it's just Paul and
it's
Ashley
just Paul and Ashley. Okay.
Yeah. Like
okay.
Four now for them.
Okay. So what have we covered so far? For those of you that might be just joining, we had our Community Mentor Award, and who do we have for those, Brian? We had
Dr. Eric Rippins, we had Shane Young, Tim Leung.
Yep, and that was awesome. They won, the first place winner won an Xbox, and the rest of them won a gold swag package with custom t-shirts. Okay, and then for social innovation, we had
Paul and Ashley Comsey, Vivek Vivishi, and April Denham.
Yes, and they also won custom t-shirts. First place winner won an Odyssey headset. All of them got a custom t-shirt as well, which is different from the Community Mentor t-shirt, by the way. They're different, right? And then we had an Exceptional Advocacy Award that was happily given to
Keith Watling and Anton Robbins.
I'm so grateful for Brian here. Yes.
PowerApps Cafe.
Yes. So really awesome awards we've given. Then we went to the leadership and we got Sue involved. Sue is one of our user group facilitators. Sue and Rose, they're handling our world tour right now. They've been doing all the user group coordination, handling the onboarding into the tool and blah, 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 which is a lot of stuff, right? Which I can't even keep up with. But we've shouted out to them. Thank you to both Sue and Rose. But we gave 3 winners, one for the US.
Daniel Christian.
One for the UK.
The entire team, really.
Yes.
Penny Coventry, Keith Watling. Yeah.
Yes, the whole team there. And Norway.
Daniel Laskowitz.
Yes. And you guys will be getting silver swag. The advocacy and the user groups will be getting silver swag.
Just to correct that, Dutch, not Norway. Dutch, not Norway.
Dutch.
Dutch.
Yes,
Netherlands.
The Dutch.
Close enough.
We gotta get these countries straight. You know, so one thing about Americans, we have a geography problem. What are we gonna do? I mean, you know, we gotta work on that. So I put that on my list of things to do. My little app just noted it. So now we're going to go into corporate user group facilitation. Now, unfortunately, our winner, I don't think can be here. He is in France, but I do want to tell you his name and tell you about him. All right. His name is, do you know how to pronounce the last name?
Ludwig Melandra.
Thank you. So grateful, Brian. So Ludovic is an awesome advocate within his company. He works for SNCF, which is the railroad there. And they have by far the most amazing adoption program for generating PowerApps makers. And Ludovic has led that program. He actually has helped to facilitate a education program where you have to take a class before you can do a production app. But then after you get that training and you can build up to even being a featured app maker. And so, I mean, when SNCF, they came into town to kind of tell us a little bit about what they do. They are amazing. They expect to have, you know, hundreds and thousands of app makers. So their goal is to make this go viral within SNCF. Now, they're primarily SharePoint users, now considering CDS as well. But what they have done is they've just, I mean, when I think about trains, like my favorite train is the TGV in France. When I think about trains, it's hard for me to imagine everything that people will do with PowerApps to run trains. But they are doing some amazing stuff. So if you want to reach out to them on the community, you can connect with me. I can connect you to them if you're interested in learning more about them. We have case studies on SNCF as well. But Ludovic wins that award for being the most influential corporate user group leader. So these are group leaders that will usually come from our champions team, of course, because the champions, again, are working on adoption within their companies. Okay, so sorry Ludovic couldn't be there. Yeah. We're going to move on to our favorite apps. And so here we're going to try and have an effort on sharing screen. We got to see how that goes. John, come down to my office. No, we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to try and share screen here and share some of our apps. So should we click first, or that'll share? I know. But
just click all three first.
Yes, let's click and show you these apps. So what we've done is we've gone to our apps gallery. Those of you that don't know, we have an apps gallery, upload apps. Now, why this is so huge to me is because I consider it a very self-sacrificing thing to not only do the work and share how you did it, but to actually give people access to it so they don't. People in our, did you lose the, it's still here, right?
Yeah, we're still on.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is kind of show you our favorite apps. We kind of went through the apps in the app gallery. We're going to do this kind of regularly to make sure that we don't forget to show you the awesome apps. And since I was just talking about trains, we're going to go to one that was done by Antoinette. Antoinette is an awesome Power App maker who is known as Kickin' Apps. I love that name, Kickin' Apps. I think it's awesome that Antoinette came up with Kickin' Apps, but she also works for a railroad here in Canada. BNSF. And so she made an app that has a numeric keypad, and let us know if you can see the screen, I think. We're showing you a shot of this app. Is also attached, but she went through a little bit of hoops here. She jumped through hoops. So you guys all know what I mean by that. When you're trying to get an app to do something and you kind of get persistent about it until you come out with this awesome thing. And that's why I love persistence, because usually you can come up with an awesome thing. But this is a keypad. You want to tell us about it, Brian?
Sure, just briefly. So a mobile form factor app will generally bring up the full QWERTY keyboard for typing in content. But what if you only wanted the numpad and your mobile device doesn't have a native numpad? How do you tell the app, just bring me something to input numbers? So Antoinette came up with this wonderful app, and if you were to download it today, not only an app that'll show you how to make this, not only will you have the capability of this numpad, but inside the app, she's put in commenting code. She's put in tutorials to show you what's actually going on inside it. So I love the work that Antoinette does. And she's also putting on some community challenges on the forums, fantastic ideas that she comes up with. So I like the work that she does here.
Yeah, and I actually kind of like watched her when she was working on that app. Brian helped her a little bit too, because I was like, this is a little bit over my head. I don't know. But this, that was a pretty cool app though. And so like once I wanted to download it to really kind of dig into the processes she went into. So if you want to look at the app, you can definitely download it right from here. But we wanted to give a little gift to Antoinette for adding such a very creative app to the app gallery, an app that was actually a production-based component. And so you'll be able to download it and maybe use that component in your own apps, all right? So whichever ones that we want to pick. The throwing a ball. Oh, this is a good one.
Yes, this is made by Hiro Nagao from our PowerApps community. You might know him on Twitter. He's regularly sharing some of the content that he makes. This one in particular caught our attention. He uses physics. Enough said there.
Yeah, and I can't even write. Don't even ask. Please don't ask me how this was done.
Yeah, just briefly, Hiro incorporated some of the projectile motion into this Power App. capabilities that would be very useful if you were if you wanted to show students what this actually looks like. If you wanted to model this, make it visual.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ashley can explain that just like that. Wake her up at 2 in the morning, she'll explain that.
Yeah, Ashley, this is right up your alley.
The seed one, yeah.
I just said, do you understand that? Because I was looking at it blankly, and Ashley went, yeah.
Man. Ashley, can you please come sit at my desk and work here for a week or so? Oh my God. Because this is just, you know what this says to me? Nothing. It looks like, you know, some genius picked up PowerApps and did something exciting, you know.
He actually did a session with Hero. So I did one of the videos on YouTube with him, and he went through explaining what is his kind of step-by-step approach on doing this. So if somebody wants to kind of find out how to do that, he really explained it really well.
And is he a physics major or something? Like,
he teaches physics, I'm pretty sure. He said that he's using it in his school. I mean, he teaches it somewhere, and that's why he's using it to. This basically is kind of gamifying physics with PowerApps. That's kind of his motto.
Got it.
That's awesome. I think that's awesome. So I hope I get to talk to Hero one day. But I have a little gift for him too, which also will probably take years to get to there. But we'll send it out anyway. Okay. And what was the last one? Oh, this one. So I'm sorry, this one just blew me away.
Piano.
So I love music. I love music. And so all instruments make me happy, you know, and singing and everything that has to do with music is like a passion for me. So this guy had this piano playing on YouTube from his PowerApp.
I don't have the video on.
Oh my God, maybe I can find it and something. But the piano plays, guys. Like
seriously. Seriously.
I don't even know how
you can record a little jingle.
Yes.
From the piano app.
What? You know, it was like, oh, here's the link. Hold on. Here's the move. I just gotta, okay, maybe.
Oh, perfect.
Because I saw this and I'm like, shut up. Shut up. Like, I just couldn't control myself.
If we scroll down, oh, yeah, that is a video.
Okay. It is a video, so I just kind of.
Nobody can hear the audio.
That's good. Okay. So look at the guy.
We set him a challenge, and he did this video, this amazing thing with the plane. And I said to him, well, it'd be great if you could put the music at the bottom, if you could actually like record the sheet music. And he not only did he record the sheet music, but he also recorded the duration of the notes. Right now, I was impressed that he'd got it recording the sheet music, but the duration of the notes—that's a whole nother level. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, we done stepped into some new ballpark here. I don't even know.
You add a quarter note, you add a half note, and it'll do the spacing from
what?
There's another tweet on that.
Yeah.
What? I mean,
speechless.
I'm speechless. Yeah, I don't know what to say. This kind of stuff literally blows my mind. So
all the work from Japan, like all the work from the Japan users, it's like mind blowing. And I always have, like, I'm every day on Twitter, I'm at least doing translate tweet at least 5 to 10 times.
Yes.
For the Japanese tweets.
Yep. Same here.
Oh no. Okay. So all of these app makers are getting a special gift because their app was chosen as a favorite. But I'd like to also ask you guys, visit the app gallery. You can just go to the community. It is one of the galleries. And kudo the apps, because after this week, I will give another gift to the highest number of kudos in the apps gallery. So, but I wanted to wait and invite you all to participate in the nomination process. And if you want to throw some apps in there to get some votes, go ahead and send your own apps in there. But I love this. You can actually go here, browse these apps. We hope to get it to a place where it has a significant number of apps that you can just download and use. So different from like the templates that the product team kind of pushes out there, these are like little end user stories that you guys can use as components in your apps. So, and I'll be talking to you more about that probably next month as we talk about how you can use some of these wonderful things that people have done in your own apps. And I didn't include Brian and I, of course. So nobody at Microsoft got included in these nominations, not because they aren't awesome. Brian, you do some amazing.
We value inclusivity in another way.
Yes, we got it another way. So let's stop sharing screen.
Sure.
And I want to share some things from the chat as well. But while I'm looking through the chat, I would really love it if you would, each of you, kind of starting from the left, starting from Anton on the left, kind of tell us who has been inspirational to you and helped you build your apps. And if you could think of people that we haven't mentioned today, that would be great too. Go ahead. I put you on the spot first, Anton, because I know you love ad hoc questions. You love those.
Yes, right. That's my life, right? I've started to watch a lot of stuff that Worry is doing. The whole 10-minute app thing was amazing. It seemed like it was a SoundCloud type thing, so I think that was a win. So thank you for that. Vivek has blown me away. I call him he's my Bruno Mars. The stuff that this dude put up is crazy. When he did the Alexa app, I was done. I basically took it to the office and I let it run in the background now to listen to different things. So I thank you for that, man. Paul, and I mean I can't help but mention because I never see him. I get kind of fanboyish here. So Paul and Ashley, thank you. Thank you for all your work, Daniel. Thank you, both Daniels. I'm trying to think anyone that I'm watching now that and the whole Power Addicts. I'll not plug, but the Power Addicts is amazing. There's so many people there. It's amazing, and the conversation that we have is amazing. So if I would pick anybody, I'm just gonna say the Power Addicts is a big one. So it includes everybody. There it is. Yes, thank you so much. So that's
that's so cool. Thank you, Anton. Daniel, thank you to Anton. I agree with you. Daniel Christian. We don't hear you, Daniel. Do you have your mute?
I thought you were going from left to
now we got you. Now we got you.
Mine, that's an easy answer for me. It was Paul Kumsey.
Yes.
The bat. I mean, there was his approach, his style, and his detailed blogging was what just made my life so much more easier.
Yes.
And then, he comes and throws this curveball, which is Ashley. I didn't sine and cosine existed in PowerApps. So she went and did that fidget spinner. And, Ashley, to this day, when I speak at events and I do, workshops.
Talk about her.
She was 18. And she
I know.
An 18-year-old can do that? Can you imagine what you can do? I did not know there was a sine or a cosine. So
yes, me neither. Co what? I thought that was about cars. That was my family member. Was you posting on that long?
It was definitely Paul Kumsey. The second one was you, Audrey, because you and I were very similar. We come from the book
Sharepoint
info designer backgrounds. And so I was very determined to see, can this be the replacement? So I used to kind of, follow your blogs a lot. And together, the combination of the you guys made my life so much more easier. So thank you.
Yes, thank you, Daniel. That's the goal. We're trying to help everybody's life be a little bit easier. So maybe we have to struggle a little bit to figure it out, but then the next person doesn't have to. How about Daniel number 2, who is
Daniel
Laskowitz?
Yeah, for me, Shane is actually the guy that got me into PowerApps because I started a lot with Flow, and then I was trying some PowerApps, and I saw some YouTube videos from Shane, and that was really helpful. And I know lots of other people that watch his YouTube videos, and they are awesome. So Shane, thanks.
Yes, I have to triple that because like so many people are saying what Daniel said, Shane. So many people. Thank you so much. Please keep it coming. Keith is gonna fall asleep in about 3 minutes, right? Seriously. Come on, Keith, hang in there.
I'm just listening to the people who should be going to sleep, running up and down the hallway. I think for me, Summit, really. Summit and Nick Gill. And it's not like, you know, massive kudos for Shane for the videos, because he shows you how to do it.
Yes.
But there's a bunch of people in the world who, when you get stuck, no amount of videos is going to pull you out of the hole that you're sitting in. And you need some belief in yourself, some self-belief, some determination to go through it all. And Summit, just like, you know, I know the guy, like I know what he's been through. He's told me so many times, you know, like this backstory, and it never stops to make me feel that any excuse that I've got for not getting it done is just shut up and just get on with it. You know, just stop wallowing in self-pity and just crack on, mate, because you really need to pull your finger out. And yeah, like, so he's and Nick as well, like the whole stories, like Nick's story and the way he tells it. And he always tells stories about other people, but he never tells his own story. And if you just go on that PowerApps on the Champion site and just read some of the stories, like understand how powerful these things are. So there's this big trucker dude in Ignite, and he's just wandered past the stand, and I'm doing my normal thing about, like, you know, hey, have you thought about putting a power app in your truck? And like the dude's standing there, and I didn't have the right card to tell the right story for him, like the right champion card. So I thought, you know, I'm going to go for the other one. So I pull out my Ashley card, and I'm like, look, this is Ashley, and this is the story about Ashley, and this is what, because he said he was a dad, and I was like, yeah, okay, look, I can totally relate to that. So, like, you know, how humiliated I am by my daughter's level of intelligence, I can totally relate to that. And he stood there, and I told him the story. I said, look, I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you. Just go and watch it. And he said, dude, I don't know if you can see this, but the hair on my arms is standing up. He said, I've got a lump in the back of my throat. He said, this is, yeah. And he's like, I'm going to go and watch this now. He said, see you later on. And that was it. I think he just said that to shut me up, but he went and did that. So.
I'm getting goosebumps.
No.
So it's not just about the content. It's about the story and the belief as well. So I think that's really
true. It's true, Keith. That's so true. You know, it's like lives are changing, and you never thought that software would be behind that. So yeah, I do want to give a huge, I don't know, hug, kudos, round of applause to Summit, because he is motivating to so many people. Like when he got up on the stage with Satchel and Nadella. He motivated every person sitting in that audience, and there were thousands of people, 20,000 people in that audience. And then each of them brought that story with them back to their office, back to their presentations at their conferences. Huge influence to all of us. And the biggest message I got from him is, we can do it. No matter what it is we want to do, and I don't want to get all mushy and stuff, but we can do it. Paul and Ashley, would you like to give thanks to anybody? I know you've already given thanks to me and Brian. Anybody else?
Yeah, from my perspective, definitely when I was starting out, your videos are very helpful to me, Audrey. A lot of your design patterns. I relentlessly stole everything you did and used it in the project.
Or you told me to steal them.
And then, I basically, pretty much the way I trained Ashley was like, right, go and watch Audrey's video, go learn how to do this. The other one who I would like to mention, even though it's not so much PowerApps, he was huge in me making really good apps, was John Liu, because he is this crazy savant flow guy who is the best flow guy on the planet, in my opinion. And he's been extremely helpful to me. And we've done hackathons and stuff with him now, and it's great. I really enjoy doing events with him. Similar to that, Serge is another one who's in that category of a lot of flow stuff. So that'd probably be my big ones. What about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, also for me, John as well. He's great. Whenever I have any issues, just with flow, he's always got like 3 different solutions already for me. I'll be like, John, I don't like this, and he's like,
I had a filter.
Yeah, and Pokemon Go buttons.
And we play Pokemon Go together sometimes. And he also occasionally will be like, hey, I can do this in Flow. Can you do it in PowerApps? Like, what can that do? And so we kind of go back off like that.
That's cool.
Flow and PowerApps between us and John is a bit like the Daniel and Shane kind of thing going on.
Okay.
But guys, I'll tell you the secret. If you want to basically sucker punch any flow person, all you do is you go, well, can you rename actions yet? Because I can rename controls in PowerApps. That's it. So that's the answer to that.
Yeah.
But,
I guess also you, Brian, really helpful as well. Because I really love all the stuff that you put out, and all the gamification kind of things are just really cool. Every time I see them, I'm just kind of blown away, and I keep thinking of all the things that I want to do as well. So yeah.
And you know what? Every morning, I mean, seriously, when I do my little thank you prayer, it always includes Brian. We are so grateful to have him on our team. Because he is such a unique individual, and I hate to brag on him because it's not about us, it's about you guys, but he is worth bragging about. Brian is genuine. I mean, that's the best definition, genuine genius. Thank you, Ashley and Paul. How about Vivek? Would you like to thank?
So I'm gonna not thank Brian, but I'm gonna start with Mr. Dang, who I initially saw only in 8-bits. I remember seeing Mr. Dang as the alias used in the community, and I was like, this guy is so cool. He replies to a lot of topics, and then I started seeing his videos. Then I remember one of the videos that Brian did when he introduced himself and told about his story. So, I mean, I have kind of been really inspired to make content because of Brian. So I mean, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are inspired by his story.
Yes.
Like from a teacher, learning PowerApps, and then joining Microsoft, and then coming to. So when he told me that he'll be there for the Cincinnati user group, I was like, "Are you sure? Like, are you just flying for the user group?" He was like, yeah, we want to support the user group, so I'll be there. So I was like, wow, that's amazing. So I really want to take this opportunity to thank him. And I'm pretty sure everybody kind of has.
Yes.
If they've seen PowerApps, they've seen Mr. Dang.
Yes. And that's so true. The chat is blowing up on this as well. So if you peek over at the chat, we've got a whole bunch of thank yous to all of you. A lot of recognition to all of you. I'm looking for new names in the chat right now. I can't spot them right away, but I will put a summary blog of this out so you guys can get a summary of who won and what their blog is and what their website is. I'll kind of talk about each one of the winners, and the winners should all reach out to me with their addresses if they want their prizes. You guys know my email. I want to thank you all again. I mean, the reason I wanted to do this, it wasn't so what happened was we got some extra funding. All of a sudden, that was unexpected. So this wasn't super planned.
Right.
We just had some extra money. We said, how do we spend it? I said, let's spend it on saying thank you. And so thank you guys. I can't tell you how much I appreciate each one of you. Those of you that are in the video, those of you that are in the chat, those of you that aren't here today that'll watch this later, you are the reason that I get up every day. And I just really want you to know I'm grateful. You guys have a wonderful day. I gotta let you go because YouTube gonna shut me up in 2 minutes. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for being you. All right, let's keep this PowerApps thing.
Audrey. Thank you so much.
Let's keep it going. Right. Let's see what we can do in 2019. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.